Tony Thompson has called out his former victim, David Price. And this kind of goes along with what promoter Eddie Hearn has been saying recently. He would like to see a third fight between the two of them, and so would Tony Thompson, evidently. I wonder if Eddie Hearn's been whispering in his ear, because Tony Thompson was talking to Sky Sports when he said this. I'm going to quote Tony Thompson directly here. He says, "He can't do nothing with his career until he gets this demon off his back. I would love to come back to the UK, whoop someone, make people laugh, then get myself back on a plane and go home. Let me say this, I've always thought highly of David. His skill set, his power, his athleticism were A1. He had it all. But what he doesn't have, you can't teach. You just have it. You feel me? Are you a fighter? I'm a fighter. David is just an athletic, talented guy that tries to fight. He probably should have taken his talents to basketball. He's younger, stronger, faster, but as everybody saw in the second fight, when he knocked me down, I got up and looked him in the eyes, then whooped him. That's a fighter. He turned his back and cried on the ropes. That's the difference. Other than that, he has me in every category you can imagine, from age to speed to power." Thompson also, just to interject here, Thompson also goes on to talk about this whole drug testing controversy, because Price says that Thompson is a drug cheat and that's the only reason that he beat him. Thompson has a few words to say about that. I'm going to quote him again. He says, "Price should be ashamed of himself, actually. To moan about a medication I was taking for high blood pressure, there was no athletic advantage. There's no monkey on my back, but I want to whoop him out of sheer principle for telling people that I only beat him because I cheated. Everybody saw my body in those first two fights. I have the worst body in the heavyweight division. I've got an everyday man's body. That means my body is not made up by a bunch of things. I bring what I've got into that ring. He should be ashamed for not giving me my props." So those are the words of Tony Thompson. He is angling for a rubber match with David Price. Let me know what you think about this, guys. Can David Price beat Tony Thompson at this point? Tony Thompson seems washed up, to be fair, from what I can see. David Price certainly seems to have a lot more left in the tank than Thompson. But can he get over the mental demons? You hear people so often say boxing is 80% mental. It's not so much about the physical, it's mind over matter. So can David Price conquer his demons? What is Eddie Hearn up to here? Does he really want David Price to conquer his demons, or is he trying to get David Price beaten to eliminate a potential threat to Anthony Joshua? I'm not saying that's the case, so people don't get on my back about it. I'm just putting questions out there for you guys to deliberate over and answer and debate. Yeah? So let me know what you think about this. How do you see a third fight between the two of them going? According to Eddie Hearn, he did an interview recently and he said that David Price is not interested in the rubber match with Tony Thompson, although he keeps suggesting it to Price's team. Maybe those wounds are a little too fresh in David Price's mind. But if David Price was to fight Tony Thompson for a third time and was to defeat him, I think it could take his confidence to the next level. And perhaps some people in his team may also believe that if he was able to conquer that demon, it would just breathe a whole new lease of life into him in terms of confidence and what have you, knowing that he can overcome the boogeyman in his life, overcome that type of adversity, conquer those demons. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below, people. Drop it all down there below, all right? It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.